Yes, today is Thursday, which means we are going to be completing a science activity today. You're going to continue to work on the vocab words that we worked on Tuesday. Axis, which remember is an imaginary line something rotates on. Right now, my finger is acting like the axis for this basketball. The Earth's axis is imaginary. You can't see it. Can't make my finger imaginary. We also talked about rotation, which is what this ball was doing as it was spinning. Each rotation is a spin on an axis. The other words we discussed were revolution, which is the movement of one object, like this ball, around another object, like me. The Earth makes revolutions around the sun. Now, one of the words that people sometimes mix up with revolution is orbit, as some of you did on the exit slip on Tuesday. Orbit is the path that something takes while it revolves. So this ball is taking a circular or elliptical path around me, just like the Earth takes a circular or elliptical path around the sun. That's its orbit, the path it follows while it revolves. So the Earth rotates on an axis once each day and revolves around the sun following that circular orbit every year. Tuesday, we mostly talked about the movements of the Earth. Today, I also want you to think about how the moon moves when you fill out your open-ended question. The moon's very similar. It also rotates on its axis, and it also revolves, but it doesn't revolve around the sun. It revolves around the Earth. The Earth's gravity keeps it in orbit. To help illustrate that concept, I'm going to use some unwilling volunteers. Brady is going to be my son. He is my son. Haha, corny joke. Sydney is going to act as the moon, and I am going to act as the Earth. So back up for a sec, Sid. So, in reality, if Brady was the sun and I was the Earth, I'd have to be 93 million miles away from him, but I don't have that kind of space. And my camera can't follow me that far either. Right now, since I am facing towards him, that means it's daytime. But as I rotate further throughout the day, it gets darker and darker. That would be night. As I'm rotating, I'm also revolving. Now, if I was going to be accurate, I would have to make this rotation 365 times before I got back to my beginning point, because that's how long a year is. I'm not going to do that because I'll get dizzy and I'll throw up. Here's the thing I need you to understand. While I am rotating and revolving as the Earth around the sun, the moon, come here moon, don't moon the camera, the moon is also doing that around me. Back up a little bit, son. So, she would also be rotating on an axis and revolving around me, as I am rotating and revolving around the sun. So there is a lot of movements going on. The moon is captured by my gravitational field and orbits the Earth while it rotates and revolves. The Earth is captured by the sun's gravitational field. So as I rotate through day and night, I am revolving around the sun and staying in orbit. It's pretty amazing if you think about it. Mind blown, as Sydney likes to say. So I want you to think about those things as you're doing your science open-ended today. Thank you, my sun and moon. I may need you again when we talk about eclipses. And please make sure you're following directions so I don't have to return your work and ask you to do it again. Read the directions carefully. Also, today is a social studies day, so make sure you log into Mrs. Fry's ELA and social studies class page. And let me double check. We also have library today, so log into Mrs. Jones. And then options for the third thing. If you are in Mrs. Wright or Miss Hockenberry's reading group, you need to log into their page. If you're an orchestra student, you need to do that. And if you are neither of those, then you need to work on your iReady minutes for the rest of your class time. Don't forget about our Zoom. I want to see you all there at 11 o'clock today. And I can't leave you with a song because YouTube was having some copyright issues with using music. So I'm going to leave you with a clue. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." That's pretty much all any of us can expect right now. See you later, guys.